Welcome to another TechHelp video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today I'm going to teach you how to prevent load conflicts if you try to open multiple forms at the same time. Now, this can happen when you start up the database, or if you've got a button maybe in your database that tries to load two different forms and you run into a random error. Usually it's a timing conflict. Today, I'm going to show you how to fix it with a macro. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you how to fix it with some VBA code. Two slightly different techniques. I like the VBA code better, but the macro is actually easier. So it's just whichever way you prefer doing it. Now, this is part 62 of my fitness database series, but it doesn't matter if you're into fitness or not, if you don't care about tracking calories or macros or exercises or any of that stuff. The point of this database series is for me to teach you guys cool tips and tricks and techniques, and I'm just loading them in here. It doesn't matter if you're doing customers, orders, inventory, whatever your database happens to be. These are awesome tips and tricks to put in your database. I actually got a comment from one member who said he was canceling his membership because I won't end this fitness database series. Well, I'm sorry. I've gotten tons of positive feedback on it, and after I mentioned that in the last quick queries video, I heard from a dozen people who said they joined as a member because of this fitness database series. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're getting something out of it. As always, post your thoughts below. I always want to read your comments. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. Yeah, I'm building it for my own use too, but I'm throwing in all kinds of cool tips and tricks and techniques like the one today, and they can be applied to any database. It's easier if I have a working database that I can put this stuff in. I can't just start with a from scratch like the TechHelp free template every time because these are a little more advanced things, right? So we need a database that we can work with, and this is a great example of one. So, all right, enough of that. Let's get to today's content. All right, one thing that I've done since the last video, sometimes I do a little off-camera edit if it's just no big deal. I fixed the tab order on the food list. On this guy, right? We haven't used this one in a while. But down here, the tab order was just jumping around. So I come in here. Now I want it to go down, 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 down like that. And then over to here and so on. That's all I did. A little off-camera edit. I don't want anybody to get confused if you download the database and it's not working the same way exactly. I try to keep a list of all the things I change off camera. All right. Anyways, for today, what I'd like to do, now that this thing is pretty much built and established, 9 times out of 10, when I open this database, I want it to go right to the food log because that's what I generally do. I open it up multiple times a day. I want to go straight to the food log, which does open to today. So that's a time saver right there. But I want this guy to open when the database opens. So I'm going to throw it right in the main menu here when it opens. So let's go into design view. Let's open this guy up and let's go into its OnLoad event. And okay, here's some stuff that runs when it loads. All right, so down here, I'm going to say do command OpenForm, and it's the FoodLogF, right? Okay, save it, debug, compile, everything looks good. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this, close it. Let me close that, shut the database down. All right, here's my copy that I'm working with. So let's open it back up, make sure everything works. Okay, and fitness database can't find the field food day. What? What's, huh? All right, let's debug it. Okay, all right, let's go into my member mod, change sort, F controls. What's going on here? What? This is obviously works. All right, let's stop it. Let's close this. Can I open it right from here? Okay, it works from there. Why won't it run when this guy opens? So we can simulate restarting the database just by closing the main menu and reopening it again. I got a button right here that does it. Or you can do it off the navigation pane. But same problem is happening. Okay, now, if you look at it, it's the line that it stops the compiler on doesn't really do it justice as far as telling you what the problem is. But essentially what's happening is this guy here has all kinds of code that runs when it loads, right? If you look in here, you got all these event procedures. Something happens in the OnCurrent event, in the OnLoad event, in the OnDirty event, all this different stuff. And so essentially what's happening is this guy is trying to load this guy before this guy is completely finished. So one of the events is running and it's trying to run before all the fields are loaded, and it's just a nightmare. It's a problem. You will run into this a lot if you try to have one form that's opened and in its event trying to open another form before this form is fully loaded. There's all kinds of stuff happening behind the scenes and it just gets confused. So how do we fix it? Well, sometimes you can't just load a second form in the first form's load event because this form isn't fully finished loading yet. All right. So there's a couple things we can do. There's an easy trick and there's a little more difficult, but I think better trick. Now, the easy trick in this particular case involves using a macro. I know I don't teach a lot about macros because honestly, I'm not a big fan of macros, but this is one case in which macros actually can do a pretty good job. Now, for this database, I actually do have an AutoExec macro. I'm not using a startup form. The reason why is because if we look at this guy, this will be in the TechHelp free template if you download the latest version. The reason being is because I have this thing that I added to check to see if the database is in a trusted folder. Because the number one complaint I get, especially from beginners, is they download the TechHelp free template, they try to open it, and they get that security warning that says, this is not a trusted database, blah, 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 blah. So this thing just simply opens up a NotTrustedF, which is right here. And it says, it looks like you're not running this database from a trusted location. Some of you might have seen it. And then there's a link that'll take you to my video that explains that it's not a trusted location. All right. And it tells you how to do it. Okay. So anyways, what we can do is we're opening, if it isn't a trusted folder, we're opening the main menu as the next step. So all I'm going to do is we can sneak another step in after that. So load this, then the macro engine will wait until this guy's loaded, and then it will load the next one. So we'll just come down here. We'll do an OpenForm. What's the form name? It's FoodLogF, right? And then all we have to do is slide this guy up into here, right there. Okay? So if you look at it, all right, you got, if it's trusted, open the main menu, then open the food log. Otherwise, open up this guy, right? And then that's it. And now, save it, close it, open her up, and now they both should load side by side. There, because the macro engine waits. It says, okay, this guy's loaded, now we'll load this guy, and you don't run into that timing problem with one form trying to load another form and then this form trying to do stuff before the first form's even fully loaded. That's one way to get around it. The second way to get around it is to use a little bit of trickiness in your VBA code, but I actually like the second mode better. A, because I'm not a big fan of macros, but B, because you get more control from a programming standpoint. And we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video. So tune in tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel. And members, of course, you can watch it right now because I'm going to record it in just a few minutes. But that's going to do it for your Tech Help video for today. Post a comment down below. Let me know how you liked today's video. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow for part 63. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Do you need help with your Microsoft Access project? Whether you need a tutor, a consultant, or a developer to build something for you, check out my Access Developer Network. It's a directory I put together personally of Access experts who can help with your project. Visit my website to learn more. Any links or other resources that I mentioned in the video can be found in the description text below the video. Just click on that show more link right there. YouTube's pretty good about hiding that, but it's there. Just look for it. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, tables, all that stuff. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. That's it. And it's free for members of my YouTube channel at any level. Speaking of memberships, if you're interested in joining my channel, you get all kinds of awesome perks. Silver members get access to all of my extended cut Tech Help videos, and there's hundreds of them by now. They also get one free beginner class each month, and yes, those are from my full courses. Gold members get the previous perks plus access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my Tech Help videos. Plus, you get access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions and all kinds of source code that I use. And Gold members get one free expert class every month after completing the beginner series. Platinum members get all of the previous perks, plus they get all of my beginner courses, all of them from every subject, and you get one free advanced or developer class every month after finishing the expert series. And you can become a diamond sponsor and have your name listed on the sponsor page on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.